feel what I feel. Let your family feel the hurt that I felt.
He needs to be put to death.
I felt relief because when I came out the door, I know I don't have to look behind my back every 2 seconds now.
24 hours of relief after weeks of fear. The man accused of 4 murders in southeast Seminole Heights is behind bars tonight.
And Katie, despite the heartbreak, things are somewhat getting back to normal in this neighborhood for the first time in more than 50 days. You heard first here on Nightside from the police chief that a man was taken into custody in Ybor City yesterday and that man is charged with all 4 murders. We are learning a lot more about Howell Trey Donaldson III. We have learned a lot more about him today. Okay, so here's what we know. He will make his first court appearance tomorrow. The state attorney wants him to be held without bond. Police say he told a co-worker he was planning to leave the state. Police say they charged Donaldson based on the gun he handed in a bag to the manager of the McDonald's where he worked, along with clothing found in the back of his car in the McDonald's parking lot. They also used cell phone pings to place Donaldson in the areas of each murder around the time they happened. But investigators are still trying to figure out why.
He was cooperative, but he did not tell us why he was doing this. And, you know, there's been very many frustrating things during this whole process. We were really hoping to find out what was driving him to do this. We don't have those answers yet.
And we also heard today from the police officer who was in the right place at the right time. Officer Randy Whitney says she never thought that stopping into a McDonald's just to get a drink would lead to an arrest in the Seminole Heights case.
I was working on another lead. I had video of a possible suspect that I already contacted these guys at the, Joss, and was working on that, and I thought I need to grab something to eat quickly. I have to get the video to these people, and I got to run to a meeting. And so when she came over to me, I never would anticipate it because we've recovered a lot of weapons so far, and I never anticipated it would be that exact one.
And while police look into Donaldson's connection to this neighborhood, to Seminole Heights, Katie, you're learning a lot more about his early life, things like where he went to school and where he worked.
Howell Donaldson III, nicknamed Trey, was born in North Carolina in 1993, but he grew up here in Tampa. When he was 4, his father was convicted of domestic battery and false imprisonment. The victim was Trey's mother. Donaldson attended 3 different high schools in Tampa, transferring each time to get more time on the basketball court because basketball was a passion of his. And we caught up with the man who coached him while he was at Plant High School. At first, he could not believe Trey was the suspect.
It wasn't until I turned the news on and I started seeing the things on Facebook and on other social media that, yeah, this is really Trey. This is, the kid that played for us, that sat on the bench with us, that, worked hard in practice.
After Plant, Trey transferred to Alonzo High School. He graduated in 2011. A friend of his from high school was just as shocked as his coach.
He's grew up good. He's got a good head on his shoulders. This is if you put him in a lineup with people, he'd be the last person I'd ever expect even to own a gun in the first place.
According to Trey's Facebook page, he went to St. John's University in New York after high school. He studied computer science and made it as a walk-on for the school's basketball team, but he never played. In 2014, he was arrested in Manhattan, but the details are not public. He graduated college in January, and we know he worked for Ultimate Medical Academy in Clearwater. Trey was fired for not showing up for work. And for the last 2 months, he was working at the Ybor City McDonald's. We've heard from other employees about their time working with Trey.
It's a sad thing because we had this guy in our kitchen, and everybody was spooked by him because he was strange.
And that McDonald's is ultimately where the suspect was taken into custody, and police say that he allegedly handed a gun to the manager of that store. Here in some